Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Mike Tyson's Punch-Out High Score tutorial. In this video, I'll be talking about the 13th fight in the game, champion of the world circuit, Super Macho Man. This fight is a tough one. Random stars, tight dodging, counting your star punches, checking of the clock at crucial points in the fight, monitoring Macho's health, and random patterns, all at a fast pace. Coming to the end of the run, your nerves will have spiked, so you need to be mentally prepared for this fight. Let's look at the facts. You can get a star on the 4th punch of the fight. After that, you'll be awarded a guaranteed star every 2nd punch. Random stars are awarded at a 37.5% rate. The smallest amount of damage you can deal and get a star is 1 damage, intercepting a hook with a right face punch. Damage dealt by a star punch takes on 4 values. 19 damage dealt directly after a super spin punch, specific guard manipulation during round 1 or 2 while Macho is just standing there, depending on whether his guard was up or down at the start of the star punch. After a stun glitch and Macho just stands there. And after a stun glitch with a gut punch intercepting an uppercut, then a star punch intercepting an uppercut. 15 damage is dealt when intercepting a hook. 12 damage is dealt when Macho is just standing there. And 11 damage is dealt directly after a hook, after performing a frame-perfect duck on an uppercut and Macho has a bit of a delay before his next punch, directly after a mini spin punch, stunned by rapid punches on the super spin or mini spin punch, a little late after a super spin punch, after a stun glitch with a gut punch intercepting an uppercut, then a star punch intercepting a hook, and after a stun glitch with his guard raised and a guard manipulation. Macho's health recovery is soft capped at 32. Macho has 6 different punches. His hook deals 22 damage, his left, his right, and his body shake uppercut all deal 30 damage, his mini spin punch deals 46 damage, and his super spin punch is always an instant knockdown. Similar to Soda Popinski, whenever Macho performs a hook, a mini spin, or a super spin punch, his guard will be raised. If you duck any variation of his uppercut, his guard will also be raised. Macho's guard will speed up at the beginning of round 3. Macho will dodge the 3rd star punch in the fight, and after a reset, he will dodge the 4th. When Little Mac turns pink, Macho will perform random uppercuts from his 3 variations in groups of 3. When Little Mac becomes unpink, Macho will resume his normal pattern, as long as he has performed at least 3 uppercuts in the pink pattern. Recovery from pink will take a minimum of 2 dodges. In round 1 and round 2, you will recover with 10 hearts if you didn't get hit while pink, and 7 if you did. In round 3, you will recover with 8 hearts if you didn't get hit while pink, and 5 if you did. Macho's pattern changes once throughout the fight. This change happens at 1 minute into round 2. From the start of the fight until 1 minute into round 2, his pattern is shown by this diagram. And from 1 minute in round 2 until the end of the fight, his pattern is shown by this diagram. Macho has 2 special moves, his super spin punch and his mini spin punch. Macho will perform his super spin punch always directly after he gets up from a knockdown. His mini spin punch is integrated into his patterns throughout the fight and is also a timed attack, occurring at the 1 minute and 2 minute points in rounds 2 and 3. You can get knocked down a maximum of 2 times against Macho. On the first knockdown, if the count was 1 through to 7, you'll get up with 64 health and 9 hearts. If it was an 8 count, you get 64 health but only 1 heart. If it was a 9 count, you'll get up with 96 health and 9 hearts. On the second knockdown, if the count was 1 through to 7, you'll get up with 48 health and 6 hearts. If the count was 8, you get 48 health but only 1 heart. If it was a 9 count, you get 96 health and 6 hearts. On Macho's first knockdown, if you have full health, he will get up with 56 health. Otherwise, he will get up with 80 health. On Macho's second knockdown, if you have full health, he will get up with 48 health. Otherwise, he will get up with 72 health. On Macho's third knockdown, if you have full health, he will get up with 40 health. Otherwise, he will get up with 56 health. On Macho's fourth knockdown, if you have full health, he will be knocked out. Otherwise, he will get up with 32 health. On Macho's fifth knockdown, if you have full health, he will be knocked out. Otherwise, he will get up with 16 health. On Macho's sixth knockdown, if you have full health, he will be knocked out. Otherwise, he has a 25% chance to be knocked out and a 75% chance to get up with 8 health. The select refills don't vary in between rounds. You have a 25% chance for 8 health, 12.5% chance for 16 health, 12.5% chance for 32 health, 12.5% chance for 40 health, 12.5% chance for 48 health, 12.5% chance for 56 health, and a 12.5% chance for 63 health. Pressing select before the fight will reduce your health to half. We're almost there. Let the final battle for the belt begin. Before I begin, I would like to say that Macho is a very random fight, and he will throw some bad patterns here and there at you. As long as you don't get too many of them, you should always be able to complete this fight. In comparison, I believe this fight is a little more friendly than Soda. The main demonstration I will show covers a generic fight with solid execution and typical luck. You will have to use a little improvisation in each of your fights because no two fights will ever be alike. We begin the fight by blocking his first punch. Now, there is a 25% chance this punch ends up being an uppercut, and you will take 22 points of damage, but ultimately, that doesn't matter very much. We just need to take some damage to ensure Macho gets up with more health for the remainder of the fight. Dodge his second punch and counter 3 times, then perform the buffer to get a start on the fourth punch. Duck his third punch and land a delayed left gut for a random star. If you do get this random star, there is an alternate strategy you can use to get a little more points out of phase 1, which I will show after covering the standard variation. Duck his fourth punch and hit a delayed left gut for a second guaranteed star. On this fourth punch, there is a 9 in 32 chance you will know you got a bad pattern, which is when he hooks, and a 23 in 32 chance you will have to wait until the fifth punch to know if he got the good pattern. As we will see, that fourth punch was a hook, so we know we got the bad pattern. After grabbing this second star, we keep avoiding Macho's attacks until he goes into his mini spin pattern. On the second time around, we end up getting the good pattern. On the second of the double uppercuts, I quick dodge and immediately land a star punch, then raise his guard and left gutter for a guaranteed star. Then, another star punch and another left gutter. Macho will be in dodging mode since we have used 2 star punches. We then wait for the mini spin, quick dodge it, and immediately land a star punch. We can now get to 3 stars to reset his dodgeability. Duck the first punch and once again delayed left gut punch for a guaranteed star. Duck the second punch and delayed left gut punch for a random star. I get to 3 stars early because of this random star, but just ignore it. Duck the third punch and once again delayed gut punch for a guaranteed star. This will guarantee we have 3 stars at this point. We immediately get the good pattern again and quick dodge the second of the 2 uppercuts and land a star punch. Double gut punch for a guaranteed star, then a random star, and star punch again for the knockdown. At worst, you will have 4,330 points, and Macho should be able to take 1 more star punch before entering dodging mode. Circling back to the start of the fight, let's talk about if you get the early random star. This variation is only a little different, but I might as well show it because it is worth going for in my opinion. This time, On Macho's third punch, I duck and hit a delayed gut punch and get the random star. On the fourth punch, just as before, I duck and delayed gut punch for a guaranteed star. The hook he used shows me I got a bad pattern here. And just as before, we wait until Macho goes into double uppercut, then mini spin. On the second time around, I get a good pattern and play this section the exact same way as before. The only difference up to this point is that I have an extra star in the bank. After landing the star punch following the mini spin, I only need to get 1 star to reach 3 stars in the bank and reset Macho's dodge ability. I duck the first punch and get that guaranteed star with a gut punch. Then we wait for the mini spin pattern again. When the mini spin pattern finally comes around, I quick dodge the second uppercut and star punch, left gut punch, then finish him off with 2 more star punches. In this variation, we have used 1 more star punch, so Macho is now in his dodging mode. We will have 4,800 points in this variation. You might have also noticed I was cancelling his punches towards the end of the phase. This is another small technique you can use to try and save time, and it can be used throughout the fight. Obviously, you don't want to go pink, so you need to manage your hearts. I recommend doing this with right gut punches because left gut punches can whiff on hooks if you are too late. You will see this technique utilized to some effect later on, but it is not strictly necessary unless you are getting lots of bad patterns. Back to the main fight. We launch a star punch immediately at the start of phase 2, and then go for a left gut punch. Macho is now in his dodging state. You have 3 frames to land this left gut punch if you get the short delay, and just to not make the fight too perfect, I intentionally am too late. Macho will back up for his super spin punch, and we perform 1 more dodge than is necessary to get rapid punches immediately. Stun him twice and star punch. You can now get to 3 stars to reset his dodge ability once again. After the star punch and the super spin, hit him in the face and then left gut for a guaranteed star then potential random star. Duck his punches and land delayed gut punches until you get to 3 stars in the bank. Once again, we have to wait for the mini spin pattern, so dodge and cancel punches until you get there. Quick dodge the second of the double uppercuts and star punch, then gut punch, and star punch twice for the knockdown. In this variation of phase 2, I did not get any random stars. If you do get random stars early, you will get to 3 stars earlier and the end of the phase will be slightly different. In any case, prioritize landing star punches over getting stars where possible. For instance, I could have ended that phase with 2 stars in the bank, but I would have had to do 3 gut punches instead of land that second to last star punch that brought him down to 1 health. It's best to land that extra star punch because you will have more points and it's faster. Of course, if you do get random stars earlier in the phase, the optimal way to play will still lead you to have 2 stars into phase 3. From here until the end of the round, there isn't a whole lot to do. In fact, it's possible to still get a decent fight without doing anything for the rest of the round. However, we can make round 2 easier by landing 1 or 2 star punches now. As I see it, the 4 main possibilities from this point in the fight are these. You will have 2 stars in the bank, you will have 1 star in the bank, you have 0 stars in the bank but can get a guaranteed star on the first punch, or, God forbid, you have 0 stars and you can't get a guaranteed star on the first punch. These last 2 possibilities shouldn't really ever happen unless you have made a mistake. If you have either 1 or 2 stars, get mini spin patterns as fast as possible and land the star punches directly after the mini spins. You may only have time to land 1 star punch, which is fine, but if you had exceptional pattern luck, you will be able to land 2 before the round ends. Don't bother getting any stars in these 2 scenarios. If you have either of the 0 star scenarios, get 1 star with either 1 or 2 left gut punches, then hope you can land that star into a mini spin before the round timer ticks out. What we absolutely want to make sure is if we do get the star, we want to land it after the mini spin. This will make sure we get a guaranteed star on the first punch of round 2. If you have 0 stars and you don't think you have enough time, it's best to just set up a guaranteed star for the first punch of round 2, and then not do any more damage for the rest of the round. In my example, I have 1 star in the bank, so I just wait for the mini spin, land the star punch, and then wait for the end of the round. Another thing to keep in mind is that this star punch right before the end of the round is the 4th one, which I need to throw before getting to 3 stars to reset dodgeability. If I have a star but still can't get it to land after a mini spin for whatever reason, it is best to have Macho dodge it rather than not using it at all. This is just so we can focus on getting to 3 stars immediately in round 2. Round 2 begins with a double left gut for a guaranteed star and then a random star, which I managed to get. I then get my 3rd star from his first punch. In any case, just focus on getting to 3 stars to reset Macho's dodgeability and then wait for his mini spin pattern. Like before, star punch directly after that second uppercut prior to the mini spin. I then alternate gut punches and star punches, and on the 4th star punch, the one I need to use before getting back to 3 stars, he is already at minimal health and I dodge the mini spin and star punch for the knockdown. A perfect phase with perfect luck and no wasted points. Phase 4 begins with me at 2 stars already, and I need to reach 3 stars to reset his dodgeability. Unfortunately, I know the first gut punch I do is going to be a random star, which unfortunately I don't get. If you don't get it, just do a second gut punch to get to 3 stars. I then dodge the super spin and do an extra dodge and star punch into his short idle animation before he does the first punch in his pattern. I duck the first punch and grab a guaranteed star and notice the clock tick over 1 minute. Macho's pattern changes here, but before he even goes into his new pattern, he also performs his timed mini spin. So I star punch immediately after grabbing that star. I notice that Macho's health is in a position where I can't judge it accurately. So instead of gut punching, I decide to wait for the mini spin and land a star punch after it. After that star punch, I notice he has 5 or 6 health left, so it would have been more optimal to gut punch before the mini spin, but it's better to play it safe considering we do have quite a bit of time to spare. I duck his next punch and grab 1 final star before I knock him down. The knockdown punch will be the 4th star punch, so he will dodge this one. I wait until he gives the triple mini spin pattern, and after dodging the second uppercut, I stun glitch and star punch to end the phase. Macho's next refill is 32, and you will usually have 1 or 2 stars here. Similar to the end section of round 1, we want to land stars directly after mini spins, preferably 2 of them, and if we have time, we can also let Macho start to recover back some of his health. In my example fight, if I reach 3 stars, I will reset his dodge ability, which I absolutely don't want to do until the start of round 3. I dodge his punches and wait for the triple mini spin pattern, but the clock reaches 2 minutes first, so here comes the timed mini spin. I dodge it and land the star punch. I wait for the triple mini spin pattern and grab a guaranteed star, which will just boost my points by 110. I also waste my hearts down to 1 so I can force an uppercut as soon as possible. I dodge the first of the triple mini spins and land a star punch. I then waste my final heart and manage to block 1 uppercut just before the timer expires and give him a slight head start on his recovery. Press select before the start of round 3. I end up getting the worst refill, but I have intentionally done that to show that it isn't really necessary. At the start of round 3, I use up both of my knockdowns to let Macho recover. Sometimes you will be able to get Macho to his maximum recovery with only 1 knockdown. I don't even use a 9 count. On the second get up, I do not get up on 9 as we don't want full health, so Macho won't get KO'd. Since Macho started this refill with 32 health, and we dealt 2 11 damage star punches, and a 4 damage gut punch to get a star, his health is not on a multiple of 4. This makes his health higher than 32 after we have taken both knockdowns, which is important. Now we are ready to finally deal damage to Macho again. Remember, Macho's guard speeds up in round 3, so you won't be able to raise his guard and gut punch when he is idle to get stars. Duck 5 of his punches and land delayed gut punches to get at least 3 guaranteed stars and reset his dodge ability. Don't worry about the random stars, just be happy if you get them. Then star punch twice for the knockdown when Macho is in his triple mini spin pattern. If you didn't get Macho off a multiple of 4 health, you will only be able to land 1 star punch. Macho will then get up with 16 health, perfect for landing an 11 damage star punch and grabbing a 4 damage star. Grab the 4 damage star first and then wait for a mini spin. Quick dodge and star punch after the mini spin, bringing Macho down to 1 health. Land another star punch however you want for the knockdown. I landed a difficult one after a mini spin, but I could have also played it safe and opted to stun glitch instead. If Macho gets up the final time, he will only have 8 health. Grab 1 guaranteed star and then knock him down with a star punch. To recap, Macho is an absolute monster in high school. He has the potential to give you a huge amount of points, but too many wrong moves and you will be sent back to Don Flamenco 2. Make sure you keep track of the Star Punch counter, your hearts, the timer, Macho's health, and his pattern, and you'll be able to master one of the most fun and rewarding fights in the run. And congratulations, you're now the champion of all 3 circuits. You have utterly dissected each opponent along the way, toying with them, playing with them, using their own offense to land even more offense of your own. Unfortunately, we aren't done yet. Kid Dynamite, the baddest man on the planet, Iron Mike Tyson is here and he ain't playing around. But you know what? This is high score, and that means we're going to push him to his absolute limit. Thanks for watching.